Hola, cage fighting connoisseurs. This is KidNate at BloodyElbow.com. Popping my collar and welcoming Eugene S. Robinson onto the show. Author of Fight, Everything, Something, Something. Yeah, Ineluctable in it.
Yada yada
Settle
yada.
down, Gene. Settle down. That's what I'm saying. We need a
Hey, where's my
disclaimer.
son, Crazy Horse? Is my son Crazy Horse
The
on the
father of
show?
Crazy Horse Bennett, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, never mind
Yes.
the difference in the last names.
Some people are worried you didn't raise him right. Were you there for him? Were you there for him?
I was an absentee father. I'm sorry.
I'm shocked to find out. I'm
All
shocked to
right,
find
sir.
this
All right.
out.
See ya. Yeah, well, you shouldn't be.
Let's see. So we're
Yes,
here
sir.
for the Care Don't Care preview for
Care
UFC
Don't Care
Phoenix
preview.
on Sunday night,
Sunday night.
featuring BJ Penn versus
that's gonna-
Yair Rodriguez.
It's gonna sort of fuck shit up for me, man. What time
Yes,
Sunday night?
it's highly inconvenient for everyone, but especially for you.
I guess I guess they don't really care about me since I'm not nominated for MMA Personality of the Year, Commentator of the Year, Journalist of the Year. I
Or
guess it
website
doesn't.
of the year like Bloody Elbow.
I fucking voted for Bloody Elbow like 13,000 times.
Just once, Eugene. Let's follow the rules, please.
What rules? Don't you know where we are, son?
We're in post-truth reality. Come on.
Oh, they're Trump guys here.
So we need a disclaimer, Eugene. A disclaimer.
Golden showers. It's getting near the hour.
You singing sea chanties?
No, I'm singing the Mentors.
I see. I thought maybe the cabin boy was close by and you were.
You can smell my butt. Like, I guess you're not familiar with the Mentors.
It's been a long time since I listened to the Mentors brand of rape rock.
It's the sandwich of love. One below and one above. Sorry. You got to stop me. Right,
Yes,
right.
you do.
All right,
Because
so
we
the
need a disclaimer.
Okay, crybabies, bedwetters, grumblers, work-shy individuals, malingerers. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a fighter or a human being and much more to do with your abilities as a fighter to generate an exciting fight. So if we put you on the don't care list, don't take it personally. There are guys who have made it from don't care to care. Yair Rodriguez being one, Paul Felder, Charles Oliveira, or Alex Oliveira. It's possible. So be that guy. Until then, don't come crying to us. That's a disclaimer. Bedwetters, crybabies.
That was ineffable, ineluctable, and inevitable. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, look what he gave me. Look what he gave me before I started the show.
Your very own sticker.
Yeah, so I can put it over my eye, so when he's spraying toxic chemicals around here, he doesn't actually get it in my eye again, like he did last time.
This cat knows how to protect himself from liability. It sounds like a small business owner.
Yeah. The small businessman always gets it in the rear.
Does he? Is that a guarantee? Is that kind
That's a Russ Meyer line, yes.
I see. All right, so we've got 8 fights on Fox Sports 1, but first there will be 4 fights on UFC Fight Pass, and I predict not a care from you.
Yep.
Until we get all the way to the top of the second set of Fox Sports 1 fights.
Good.
All right,
I got the pen ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. So starts off with heavyweight Dmitry Smolyakov versus Cyril Asker.
Do not give a fuck.
Me neither. Sorry, fellas. Light heavyweight. Joaquin
And I usually like heavyweights, but sorry. Where's this fight happening, by the way?
Phoenix. UFC Phoenix is happening in Phoenix. Yes.
Okay. Really? That's kind of funny that UFC Phoenix is happening in Phoenix.
At the Talking Stick Resort Arena.
Okay.
I know that you've been there many times.
I got a talking stick too.
When is Oxbow gonna play some casinos?
We haven't been invited, but Oxbow was going to be playing in 2017. And as usual, I will issue for any fighter, fight fan, listener of the show, text me before. You always have a permanent spot on the guest list at an Oxbow show. Let it never be said I never did anything for you. Of course, you have to pass a quiz. You have to pass a quiz, so I'm sure that you're not gaming the system and giving this right to one of your non-fight friends. But if you pass a quiz, you're in.
And remember, when you see Eugene in public, the first thing you say is "Settle down, Gene," and then he'll be off on a good foot.
Nah, it'd be a dangerous thing there. Hold on 1 second here, man. Hold on, sorry. Hello, man.
He's getting phone calls, but yes, I don't even know what to say. I just got to cover up for my colleague here.
All right.
Who's taking calls.
Bye-bye.
Last time he got a call on the show, it was a contractor delivering an oven or a water heater. What was it today? Another contractor?
No, it's my French Swedish gardener.
You're French Swedish gardener. You're impressing the Western Europeans.
Yeah, he was trying not to get off doing some work at my place today because it's raining. I go, huh? Really? Is that what that yellow thing in the sky is? That's called rain? The fuck out there. Get to work. It's a new America.
Beautifully done, Eugene. Keep him honest. All right, so we've got light heavyweight Joachim Christensen versus Bohan Malevich.
Sorry, don't care.
Me neither. Sorry, fellas. Lightweight Devin Powell versus Drakkar Klose.
Don't care. And as usual, for you, don't care means there's a 50-50 chance that I'm not even going to be watching because I got shit to do. So that means if you guys are watching and it's like, man, Eugene, you're really blew it on this one, you're missing, text me and I'll tune in. That's the way it works. Otherwise, I got stuff to do.
Everybody is Eugene's personal servant. Don't forget it. Just text him.
It's a new America.
Yes. Text him the code word. I'm going to get people doing this to Eugene. It's going to drive you. Just when you text him, say, settle down, Eugene. Watch the fights. Huh? Well, how's that?
Well, that doesn't make any sense at all. But okay, settle down, Eugene. Watch the fight. I'm saying, you blew it. That's what you take. You're done. Class over. I mean, the reality is, I'm watching the show, but I'm not paying close attention unless you text me. Like I'm putting drops in Popeye's ears. I'm talking to the wife. I'm messing around. So
I see. All right. So lightweight Devin Powell versus Drakkar Klose.
You know, Drakkar makes a great aftershave. Drakkar Noir.
Do they?
Yeah, it's up there with Brute and High Karate.
I'm
right.
Like most people in our demo, I'm an Axe body spray man myself. But,
come on, how old are you?
I'm too old for Axe body spray.
Yeah, exactly, man. Come on, that stuff smells like pee.
How would you know? Well, you've been at a Trump rally recently?
Somebody left it in the shower here, and I was like, "Oh, this is an Axe body spray." I go, man, that smells like pee. I guess it would have since I pissed in the jar just as a joke.
I see. That was hilarious. I like this name, Drakkar Klose, though. I'm curious.
I do. It's a great. He sounds like a diehard villain. You know.
Yes. All right.
But I don't care. Thank you.
Yes, we don't care. Women's strawweight, Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger versus Nina Ansaroff.
Almost, not quite.
No, not quite. All right.
Now see, look at my tote sheet.
Blank.
Blankety blank blank blank.
Blankety blank. All right, and now we've got Fox Sports 1 prelims, 4 of them. First up, heavyweight Walt Harris and Chase Sherman.
Almost, not quite because of Walt Harris. Man, those are nice shoes. Whose shoes are those? Man, he's rich. Who makes those shoes? There, hand me the shoe. I want to show you guys this shoe.
Are you just heckling random passerby there?
No.
They shouldn't even be wearing shoes in the gym. That's how you get staph infections, Eugene.
No, it's off the mat. Look at that. What is it? Does anybody know what that is? He comes from Argentina, man. It's Switzerland. It's a Swiss engineering.
Look at those soles. They're filthy. That's why you're getting those boils, Eugene.
I don't even know.
That's why the whole academy.
Swiss engineering. Here makes the shoe.
Is now your gardeners in the gym?
No, I said French Swedish. Hey, who makes those, man? He won't tell me.
So you're claiming to be in that 2% of Americans who can tell the difference between Swede and Swiss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't tell the difference between Sweden and Switzerland. You know how I can tell a difference?
Why? How?
The Swiss are the ones who get really annoyed when you confuse them with Germans.
And the Swedish, they don't care?
I'm on a ski lift with this guy. He says to his wife, he says to his wife, 9. And I say, oh, sprichst du Deutsch? And he goes, yeah. I ask him if he's from Germany. And he goes, looks at me with hatred.
Former health secretary under Clinton and played golf with Eugene. Never heard the story.
All right, let's move on.
All right, so lightweight Alex White versus Tony Martin.
Oh, I hate to do this to Tony Martin, man. But all right, man. See, I hate to do this to Tony Martin, but I don't give a fuck.
Man, you're harsh and you're cold, but I knew you would be. Heavyweight. Oleksiy Olenek versus Victor Pesta.
No, you know what? I expect a lot from WME, and I have to say, if there are these many don't cares on the card, that they're doing something smart. What are they doing? I guess it's called cleaning house.
It could be cleaning house, but wait till we get to the main card because the main card is solid. So,
okay, so I'm still blankety blank.
So
let's
this
go.
is the last card on the prelims. Frankie Saenz versus Augusto Mendez.
No, I don't care.
Not even for Saenz.
No, sorry.
See, I thought maybe you'd care because maybe you remembered his excellent fights.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
But
Sorry.
Eugene, not even a big reefer
No,
smoker.
the thing, we call this inertia, man. We call it inertia. You know.
You're
I
rolling
mean,
down the hill,
how many
singing mentor songs.
you got 8 bad dates, and then suddenly you're gonna say, you want to go out with me again? No. Want to go out with me again? No. Want to go out with me again? No. Want to go back again? 8th time? Okay. What is it? It doesn't work that way. You call the cops or block them on the phone.
I see. Frequently stalked, are we?
It's happened.
I see. How many of your training partners at the gym ask you out kind of in a romantic way?
Oh, 0.
0? Really?
My wife's a murderer, man.
I see.
Like, was that great line from that Nicki Minaj song, sung by the inimitable Lil Wayne? My girl will fuck up a bitch if she waves.
All right. Well, I guess since Frankie's coming off 2 straight losses, I'll forgive you.
Yeah.
And I really don't care either. That's how sad and tragic things are at this point.
Mhm.
But now we move on to the main card. 4 fights. I guarantee all 4 will be cares. First
Wow.
up, flyweight, Sergio Pettis versus John Moraga.
I'm sorry, man.
What?
Sorry, no. What? Because he's dude's brother?
You don't care?
His entry has been fucking completely underwhelming. Moraga has lost the fucking plot. I'm sorry. I'm not into this business to feel fucking sad. You know?
Man,
If I want to feel sad, I'll turn the TV off and contemplate my life.
Ever since you told everybody to start calling you Gene, you've been what was it Dana White called Meryl Streep? What was it?
An uppity 80-year-old lady.
See, that's what I didn't say it. I'm just saying that's
hey,
the
listen,
buzz.
America, Kid Nate is trying to get you hurt. I would Donna Shalala, but it bears being said again. I hate being called Gene. I don't like it.
And you
however, it should also be known that I will never stop you from calling me Gene because I want to remember every single time how much I hate you.
Is it calm down or settle down that sets your teeth on edge?
Calm down.
It's calm down. Calm down, Gene. Calm down, Gene. Calm down.
You're in trouble. You ever been in one of those fight situations and usually there's a multitude of voices like, oh, there's a fight. I've been in fight situations where they're all in sync and they're all saying the same thing. Eugene, no, Eugene, no. And that's when it finally pierces the veil of like Hulk-like anger and you kind of go, oh shit. Everybody thinks I'm the lunatic. And then you just have to stop and go, what? Which is even more disturbing.
It's totally fair, right?
Hey, man. Hey, I was attacked by 3 guys. Fuck that. I had to defend myself.
If he starts having convulsive seizures, I thought the coach said keep going. I didn't. It's so confusing. So hard to keep straight.
Well, you know what? There's a guy, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Luta Livre from Brazil, that Serrao somehow thinks it's funny to tell this guy that I have an old guy in my school who I will bet you $200 American that you can't beat this guy.
He's telling this to a black belt and guest instructor?
Walter Mello is the guy's name. And Walter Mello is coming here in April.
And he's already geared up to teach you a lesson.
Other people are throwing in money. The money, it started out at $100. It's now $200. Walter Mello is coming to fucking murder me. But I can't let that happen, And he keeps telling him, he'll like take video of me or photos of me on the mat. And he said, hey, man, Eugene's training real hard for you. He's cut. I think I can get it up to $300. Fucking Walter's he's going to go crazy.
Might break your arm, Eugene.
Yeah, well, I got a solution for that in the trunk of my car.
Yes.
If I can get to the car.
Good luck.
If I can get to the car before you get to the back door, you're in trouble, buddy.
Let's see. Good luck. Okay. I can't believe you don't care about John Moraga. I care.
All right, go ahead.
The whole saga of Sergio Pettis,
hey, man,
failing to make it, all the hype, but teasing with potential, occasionally throwing the sweet combinations, and Moraga being just a slugger. I think it's a fun fight, and I care. I mean,
The House of Pettis just makes me sad now, man.
I see. Eugene's like, what have you done for me lately? It's the Trump era.
So who's your pick?
Who's my pick? Moraga all the way, man. He's going to pace this kid. That's my pick. Of course, he's lost a couple.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just blank on that one. Sorry, I can't even. I'm just sorry. I got a long memory. Sorry.
No. Actually, I'm going to reverse my pick. I'm going to take Sergio
and
Pettis.
the reality of it is the hype train on these guys. There's a reason this fight's happening. It is called the put up, shut up era, and they're making their plans for 2017. And if these guys don't know it, they need to know it.
Yep. I can't argue with that. Okay, now, don't break my heart again, Eugene. This one's personal.
Don't go breaking my heart.
I wouldn't if I tried. All right, welterweight, Court McGee and Ben Saunders.
Yeah, I care.
Okay, you care.
Who do you care about? Do you have a personal friendship with Ben Saunders?
No, but he posts on Bloody Elbow, so I consider that sort of like a personal. I mean, it's as close as a personal friendship as I have.
So you're gonna pick him?
Yeah, I kind of feel obligated to pick him.
Okay.
And Court's Amish beard thing is all played out anyway.
Well, I'm gonna pick him because of the opioid thing. I'm gonna Court McGee just to give you a little action because of the opioid thing. But
I see. So you're rooting for the junkie. I get it.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for my man.
Oxford needs a pianist. When are you gonna Then you could really cover the.
We have one. Nico plays piano as well.
Full time, but not full time and not live.
And not well, but
Well, yeah. You need like a Boogie Lou, bring it back.
Hey, your name came up in a flurry of Oxbow emails yesterday.
What did I do now? I haven't mailed the Oxbow email in years.
Because we came up the topic of we should start a YouTube channel again. Yeah, we should start it. One of us should start it. I'm too busy to start it. Hey, whatever happened to that guy who was telling you how to start it? I go, you mean Kid Nate? He's done with us. They go, how could he be done with us? Just ask him. I said, I'm not asking him. I'll give you his email. You ask him. He's done with us. They go, what do you mean he's done with us? I go, he got a glimpse behind the fucking curtain and was appalled. So,
I wasn't really appalled. It seemed overly familiar. I've been there.
Yeah.
It just seemed like band.
The hostility. It
seemed like musty old band enmity. Nobody hates each other like guys who've been in a band together for a long time, and except relatives. All right.
It made you feel good for not being in a band, I'm guessing.
It did make me glad to no longer be in a band, although I still hate all my old bandmates and occasionally have to deal with them. So
that shit doesn't go away ever, man.
No,
really I ended up working with a guy who had been my bass player who I fucking hated, and then in a twist of fate. Our boss calls us in one day. He goes, we're going to make some staff realignments. I go, cool, great. What's happening? He goes, I want to have you report to Mark.
Oh.
And it was like that Clockwork Orange moment where they give him the speech about the new way.
Well, Widow Alex.
And I felt exactly like doing like he did in the movie, opening a vein and kicking him in the fountain. But I had to take it unless I wanted to quit,
Well, that sounds like a character builder for you.
Yeah, it was, man.
That's good. So you're picking.
It was a real sad and weepy part of my tale.
I see. The sad and weepy part of my tale. All right. Court McGee over Ben Saunders is Eugene's pick. Controversial, to say the least.
I feel bad because he's like a known associate, but he's a known associate of yours, not mine.
I see. Well, a friend of mine, I would say. Is it and if he were a friend of both of I would say a friend of ours.
Right. Yeah. Donnie Brasco.
All right. So you know what my problem with the Donnie Brasco movie was? The book was pretty good, but the movie had the FBI guy dismembering bodies.
Yeah.
That may or may not happen, but you don't admit to it in court because then you don't get your conviction. So that was a bit. Well,
and also, Johnny Depp is strangely enough, is one of those rare actors who, when you try to imagine him throwing a punch in anger, strange enough, given the current revelations, that it's just hard to see. Just doesn't seem like Nick Cave cracks me up. He's got all these kind of tough guy roles. In the old days, he was known as a guy who would go after journalism. I swear to God, I can't, for the life of me, imagine Nick Cave throwing a punch in anger or throwing a punch in anger effectively. And Johnny Depp was the same way. Even though I liked him in Black Mass,
Edward Scissorhands.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see Edward Scissorhands?
You know, Tim. What is it? Tim was his name.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton started doing this really broad comedic thing, and that's what these directors always lose me. David Lynch lost me with Wild at Heart. It's like, I'm glad
his breakthrough, also known as his breakthrough.
Yeah, sadly, man. It was the comedic strokes were so fucking broad. It's like, you know, I'm not.
So you skipped Lost Highway? Is that what you're saying?
Lost Highway, he earned me back. He earned me back. Those were great. Yeah.
Okay.
But they weren't self-consciously ha ha yuck 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 yuck, and that maybe I could blame that on Nicolas Cage. You know.
I like the part where Willem Dafoe's head flew through the air. Like, that was
there was one good part, and he's like, "Let's go ahead, say it." He said, well, "Fuck me." Fuck me, and then fuck me. He goes, "Not now, babe. I don't have too bad at the time." That was. I was the only one in the theater that laughed at that scene.
Well, if you ever want to make a woman hate you for life, do what Willem Dafoe did in that scene.
Yeah, well, that was the point. I mean, he was not interested. I mean, sex wasn't his thing, right? It's fear and intimidation. So,
just an all-round unpleasant guy. All right, now, lightweight. Marcin Held, the submission king, against Joe Lauzon.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Yes,
is it Held is Polish, right?
I thought he was French, but maybe he's Polish. Let's see. He's from Poland. How did I get this wrong? Yes, Polish.
I'm dialed in, so I gotta pick him.
I see. It's straight up sectionalism, tribalism.
Yeah, I gotta be able to sleep, man.
The Mrs. Does she even know he's Polish with a name like Held?
Yeah, she's the one who told me. Because I started mocking the guy. I go, "Oh, I'm sure that's a Polish name." And she goes, "What are you talking about?" And she actually pronounced his first name the right way, and I was like, "Okay."
Oh, well, there you go. Well, I guess that forces me to stand up for patriotic Americans everywhere and take Joe Lauzon.
I love Joe Lauzon, man, but Joe Lauzon is he's a paycheck guy, you know.
At this point, he's been on the win-loss tip for a long time, but he's coming off a loss. This is a big test for Marcin Held, is what this is.
Exactly.
Who's also on a win-loss thing.
And given what the peace party is doing in Poland, that's what it's called, man.
I know. It was just making me think of our new president and the piss party.
The piss party.
This detail that allegedly made him eat asparagus first was kind of disturbing. That's just a rumor somebody texted to me. I don't know.
I love it. I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna start telling people that he made the Russian hookers eat asparagus first. Fucking A.
Even Max Hardcore doesn't do that. No, come on.
Right. Even Max Hardcore doesn't do that. It's like I keep telling these guys in here, it's the age of Aquarius. It's the age of Eugene.
The age of Eugene. It's all happening. It's all happening now. Okay, now we've raced right through this card all the way to the headliner at featherweight.
Did I hear you say you were picking Lauzon?
Yes. Okay. You know why? Because if you give Joe Lauzon your computer, he's not ratting out to the FBI no matter what he finds.
Stop that, dude.
Yeah.
I bet you if I go back into my computer place now, 4 years after that last event, they still say, Eugene Robinson. Hey, how'd you guys remember my name? We remember all of our customers. They get the fuck.
So what exactly was it they saw?
You know, sexy Eugene videos.
I see.
It's like when they find that machine in Leon Spinks' house, and they go, "What is that machine, Leon?" He goes, "It's a sex machine." And they go, "A sex machine? What does it do?" And Leon starts to explain, and his manager goes, "That's enough, Leon." Sex machine.
Have you seen the Coen Brothers movie Burn After Reading, where George Clooney's building a sex machine?
Yeah,
it's hilarious. All right, I also think it's probably the most accurate representation of the true spirit of the Bush era intelligence community. I think the hopeless clusterfuckery.
You know what? The guy who I knew who was Undersecretary of Defense under the Bush W administration, I asked him how he got the job. And he had been a professor at Princeton, and he said, "I got a call from DC to come down," and he essentially got called down by all these. NSA called him down at separate times. You know, give me some more. NSA, CIA, DOD, all these acronyms, they all called him down. State Department called him down to give his opinion about what was going on. And he said the only people who are willing to listen to the truth are the Defense Department. And that's how he got the gig.
I see, because he was a truth teller.
He's a lunatic.
Is this Michael Flynn?
No, this is Michael C. Duran.
I see. I had a
former water polo player at Stanford. So
I see. I got a cousin who was literally the number 3 guy at the CIA at one point. And when I rolled out my, I think Burn After Reading sums up the intel community in the Bush era, he really bristled. Like I felt like I had gotten under the skin there.
I'm surprised you weren't shot on your way to the car that night.
My mom's his favorite aunt, so he's kind of.
You didn't want to
cuffed.
make her. Okay.
It's kind of like when I call Eugene, you can't reach through the screen and get me.
But you know what? You're paying into a bank account that I'll pay you out of later.
We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell, my friend. All right. Yair Rodriguez versus BJ Penn at featherweight, no less.
So you were fucking right. We ended up with no. I only have 3 cares. So you.
Yeah, I was wrong. I thought you'd care about gritty, hardworking, blue collar Frankie Saenz, but
I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
One of those Obama Democrats, I guess, that doesn't care about real Americans. Yeah, I can say it. It's the Trump era.
Hey, you can say anything, man. I don't know if you guys are. You should get at Eugene S. Robinson. You can go through my Twitter feed and look up that illustration I put. Sessions, Jim Sessions,
Jeff Sessions.
Jeff Sessions.
No, there's no actual connection between Jeff Sessions and that cartoon, is there?
Is there?
I don't believe so.
I listened to all of his testimony yesterday. I didn't hear him once repudiate authorship of that illustration.
I see. Well, keen ears.
Motherfucker. Funky Party. I so want to make a cover of that song coming out of the boombox. Funky Party, cracking pussy. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, that was rich.
I can't even remember that kid that I was fascinated with a few months ago. The new young hip hop guy that everybody's offended by, that mumbles and stuff.
They all mumble.
Something Kodak Black. That's his name. Kodak Black. I think I'll have to watch some Kodak Black videos to wash that Sessions confirmation hearing out of my brain. Have you looked at BJ Penn's 1-loss record recently?
I haven't. What does it look like?
Well, there's like...
It's old school.
Yeah, it's 16, 10, and 2. Yeah. And he's picked up 5 of those losses in his last 7 fights. So
that's why I put him in the fucking loss battalion, man.
I mean, he hasn't, since 2010. I mean, BJ Penn seems to have died in 2009, and he's been replaced by this skinny bald man that can't fight.
Yeah, this is almost what they call criminal malpractice,
Well, what they're doing is getting Yair Rodriguez over on BJ Penn. They're doing to BJ Penn what Matt Hughes did to Royce Gracie. That's the plan here.
Yeah. And I just don't understand what BJ Penn's angle is. How does benefit him at all?
I think BJ Penn is way far removed from reality.
He's rich. He comes from a rich family. It's been my understanding. So that could very well be the case.
And he's scary. And so that combination of being rich and scary sort of leads to a who's going to tell BJ the truth kind of dilemma. And it seems like nobody.
I would.
Well, that's why you don't get to hang out with him. Yeah,
I've always been one of those guys that I always realize too late that I'm dealing with tigers, Hey, why don't you go over and talk to Tossin? Steve Tossin, who used to be the head of the San Jose Hells Angels. I go, yeah, okay. Go ahead, man. How are you? And he fucking turns and looks at me, and it was like, uh-oh.
As soon as you made eye contact with him, huh?
And instantaneously. And I was like, man, it's like that great scene where Porky Pig and Daffy Duck are driving along behind this little car. And Daffy Duck says, pass him, and he won't, and so he starts beeping the horn like crazy and, yanking the wheel. And then finally the little car stops and this huge guy gets out and Daffy Duck's all of a sudden becomes a dog and starts kissing the guy's feet and licking his hand. And of course, Porky Pig gets his face punched out. It was like that. As soon as he turned those eyes at me, I was like, hey, buddy. Hey, I'm friends with dude. And yeah, fuck that, man.
You ever watch those A&E Mafia biographies that they have on sometimes, like when they go old school and talk about Dutch Schultz or whatever? The Dutch Schultz one has got actual film footage of Dutch Schultz in the courtroom. And he's in profile, and then he turns, and he actually just turns his eyeballs and zings at the camera. And it's just like, whoa.
Hey, man. Hey, once you start killing people, at that point, you look at other people very differently. It's just like, yeah, hung for a lamb as well as a sheep, and you're just another notch on the fucking gun, man.
Ouch.
Like the guy, like Kevin Weeks said, murder really wasn't my thing, but Jimmy seemed to like it. Kind of relaxed him.
I see. Well, nobody said murder wasn't Dutch's thing. All right, so.
What was the name of his company again?
Actually, he was a victim of Murder Incorporated, not a manager.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, he was when they went national. He was the first top boss taken out by Murder Incorporated. All right. So Yair Rodriguez, is he going to murder BJ Penn?
I'm picking Yair. Sorry, I can't.
Are you picking Yair? I'm picking Yair. But I mean, are you willing to go first round knockout?
Yeah, why not? Come on.
No respect. No
respect. Man. Come on. Well, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, did you see BJ's last fight against Frankie Edgar?
Yeah. When was it? When was that?
That was in 2014.
Yeah. You know what year we're in now? What year we're?
I heard it just changed to what was it? 20. It's not 15. It's not 6. It's 2017. So in 3 years. And last time BJ came in with this like whole new stance and looked like he had been taking weakness pills, like he was on anti-steroids. It was.
He heard something about cortisone and started taking that, or estrogen pills or something.
Something. I don't know. Taking quinine for no reason. I don't know what he was doing. But
do you remember that period? Maybe you don't, because you weren't in the bodybuilding community where bodybuilders were experimenting with taking their girlfriend's birth control pills. The idea being that by introducing estrogen into their systems, they could game and get their bodies to naturally produce more testosterone. I go, man, that's so fucked up from so many different points of view, up to and including the eventual pregnancy of your girlfriend because you're fucking lifting her pills. Come on.
Yeah.
God.
Well, there's like 7 a month you could give him that don't do anything.
Yeah.
So
I think that was the idea.
Did you ever have a girlfriend who wouldn't take those?
Oh, yeah.
Just skip them?
Because they were bad for them. So
well, I've known plenty of that because they're horrible, painful. Yeah. But I'm talking about women who are on birth control who deliberately skip the 7 a month that you don't actually need to take.
Yeah, I've had different things said to me like, I'm on a pill that you only have to take once a month. Okay. And then she cheated on me because I refused to have sex with her without a condom. They always have a condom. And I knew she had cheated on me because she got pregnant. I go, that's funny. I don't remember having, and it turns out it was the Filipino hairdresser.
Ooh.
Everybody thought was gay, but apparently he wasn't that gay.
Well, apparently he couldn't resist bareback. So.
Yeah, and then she went back east and told everybody that Eugene got me pregnant and threw me out.
Wow. And did the baby look like the Filipino hairdresser?
Yeah, of course. So she could keep that up until the kid was bored. And then rather than stick around and have people go, wait a minute, she fled to the Midwest. And I lost track of the story from there except ties into the Foo Fighters, except when Grohl, when he was still with the band Scream, crisscrossed paths with them. And my guitar player, in a moment of anger, said to me, "Oh, who would want to get pregnant by you, Eugene?" And Skeeter, the bass player for Scream, goes, "I know somebody." And that's how I discovered that she had been telling everybody I impregnated her and threw her out. And I go, "You go back when you see her next, ask to see a picture of that baby."
I see. And he didn't look like Brian Jones at all.
No. She's Italian. The husband, the father of the kid was Filipino. Didn't look like Eugene Ness.
See, I probably shouldn't tell this story, but we've got some friends who adopted this kid, and he was supposed to be African American, but he came out totally Hispanic. His mom was Hispanic, but she was married to a black guy, but somehow was like, oh, we don't have the money. We need to have this baby adopted. And it was one of those things where they knew the parents, you know, and then the kid comes out totally brown instead of black. And it was all kind of suddenly became clear why that had happened. Yeah. So, you know, anyway.
Things happen, man.
I don't know why I need to dump people's business out in the world, but here we are.
Front Street. That's what this is. Front Street. This is where it all goes.
This is Front Street. Now that would be a show called Front Street, where we just say terrible truths about
unsubstantiated rumors. Golden showers.
I think his whole "I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue" thing is going to be tested.
Yeah,
I think. I think he walks through this one.
Yep. Yeah. And you know, the guy, my Trump fans, they finally responded this morning and they sent me something from Reddit. That's their counter source, that this is all a Hillary inspired scam. I was like, yeah. I said, you know, Kid Nate said that there's not going to be a video. And I said, yeah, there won't be a video as long as you do what we say.
But why a video of two random Russian girls peeing on each other in the presidential suite bed would hurt Trump anyway? I don't know.
With Trump there going, yeah, baby, yeah, man, fucking A. I would take that. I would declare that a national holiday if that became video that was widely circulated.
But you know, I don't think that would hurt him at all.
No, but it's a drip. It's the drip of it's like a Chinese water torture.
Well, something's hurting him because his approval ratings are at 37%, which is like unheard of.
I want that moment where all the supporters kind of go, and it didn't happen with George W. Bush. I kept waiting for it, and they held on to that guy like.
They dropped him after Katrina, dude. There was a point after the economy collapsed when you could not find a Bush voter to save your life.
That's right. And that's when they start pimping that shit. Like, well, he's not a real
libertarian.
Yep, or he's not a Republican.
Yeah, he's not a real Republican. He's not.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. That's the point I'm waiting. That's what
it was sweet, and that's one of Obama's big fuck ups. Was he had the GOP laying on the ground, and instead of destroying them with a sustained barrage of propaganda, blaming them for all the shit they had done, he's looking forward, not back, taking the high instead of the low. And here we are.
In that piece I wrote for Ozzy on what did I say? The Sucker's Guide for 2017. I so far as much as I know, am the first one to be on record as calling him the political Mr. Rogers.
The political Mr. Rogers. How's that work? He wore slippers in the White House?
Yeah, hey, come on, man. If you don't know what that means, I can't explain it to you.
See, he secretly was flipping off the camera?
No, I like the high road, the gentle, calming talk, but it's not where you are, man. You know? I mean,
puppet show sucks, Fred.
Yeah, it's. You know, I'm going to go out there. I mean, you've seen this. You've seen this movie before. You know, guys, we don't have to fight like this in a bar fight. Now, come on. We could just talk. Every single peacemaker in every bar, everywhere in America is constantly, continually getting fucked up. Yes. I'm going to turn the other cheek. All right, Krakow. Come on. And you know, I do jujitsu just like this. I was telling a guy today, a white belt, it's nothing without the sound effects. He goes, sound effects? I go, yeah. Like I put my knee here and then I go, ga-ga-ga-boosh.
I bet people want to kill you.
Yes, they do. And then somebody raises a specter. They go, we're gonna do the biggest troll ever, right? We're gonna start letting you incrementally getting shit. All of us are going to gang together against you to create the illusion that you are fucking getting better. And then you're going to go compete and you're going to get crushed. And I thought about that for half a second. It made me paranoid enough. I said, you guys have single-handedly signed your fucking death warrants. I now will crush even when we're drilling, because I got to be sure. I got to be sure.
Got to be sure. Because next time you get in one of those hugging contests with another old man at one of those tournaments, you know,
he lives on Hate
Street. Dancing around, he
lingers long on Hate Street. He has a house and a garden. See, people, I was channeling the Doors, and I changed the song from Love Street to Hate Street. You see what I did?
Brilliant. I'm sure no one has ever thought of that before.
Hey, did I actually get the Nazis in the first 5 minutes of the show? Or was that last night?
That was last night, dude. We have been
Nazi
free, unless you count Trump's Philo PP.
His tweet this morning. What is this? Nazi Germany? I was like, winner! Give a Cupid doll to that man with the orange hair.
That's
Nazi Germany, baby. You got it. Wait till you have your Reichstag fire. And I like the specter that you raised last night. I like.
Which one? Which one?
about the retail sheet. It's like,
well, Jeff Sessions yesterday was pretty open that he's just fine with prosecuting journalists for doing their jobs.
yeah.
So some guys at BuzzFeed might be, and Peter Thiel will be hitting them from the private sector too. I guarantee you.
Yeah, that much. The lawsuit thing is a drag, but
otherwise,
the threat. I was willing to say, come on, bring it on.
Bring it on, huh? Well, we'll see how you like federal prison, Mr. Journalist.
Hey, I'm that shirtless guy in the stands. Come on. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Unfortunately, but nobody listens to me.
No, I think doing articles on Klaus Nomi and the Mentors is probably going to keep you safe. I don't think any leak.
Hey, did I do a piece on Nomi?
Not yet.
I should, man. Thanks.
But see, huh? Who's putting ideas in whose head now, huh? Who's pulling the strings? All right, we're just babbling at this point. Has nothing to do with cage fighting.
All right.
So we'll call it a show. So follow us on Twitter at KidNate, at Eugene S. Robinson. Read me at BloodyElbow.com. Read Eugene at Aussie.com. Eugene's trying to show us how to do a thumbs up, but that's not. It's not only not thumbs up. It's not even the show where we ask for this.
You know what I like? I like when some like newbie wanders into the show and then they go on the comments and they try to be insulting and they haven't realized it's like, all right, you're here. We've been waiting for you to be offended, like that person who wrote, "Oh, you named your show If I Did It, you guys are reprehensible pieces of shit." And I was like, man, can I write back to this person? Say, you know what? I got a good idea. You see these nuts? And then you send a picture of your nuts. Swing on them, please. Kid Nate didn't sign off on that. So
no. Vox has these. I don't know what Ozzy's policy is about nude selfies.
Anti-nut policy, I think is what it's called.
But Vox is really down on that kind of thing for something. I don't know why, but just uptight. So subscribe to MMANation.com. Oh, the thumbs up. It's an icon below the thing. Not like that. Don't do that. Subscribe to iTunes. MMA Nation on iTunes to get the audio without the ugly. We'll have the MMA Vivisection tomorrow with Zane and Connor. I believe tomorrow or Friday. Since this is a Sunday card, it's fucking everything up.
What time does the fight? What time does it start, man?
It starts at regular time. I haven't looked. It's not. I'll look. You know when I'll look? I'll look Sunday. That's when I'll look. When my wife asks me, when do you have to start working? And she always says that. When do you have to start working? And it's like, sure, I'd rather watch fights for 7 hours and help you with the kids. I mean, I'm not going to lie, because my 3-year-old would terrorize this entire card. And so, yeah. Anyway, so let's subscribe. Oh, and then, 6th round after the fights, I guarantee you I won't be doing that one. I'm sure I can find some colleagues to step in for me. Eugene, when are you going to do Knuckle Up? Right, late after the fights? Or maybe we'll let you do Knuckle Up instead of 6th round.
Well, whatever. I'm gonna do it after, so I gotta whatever. When is it's gonna end at 9:30
Pacific time? Yeah, maybe. It's Fox Sports 1, baby. They got to drag it out and get those commercials in.
Jesus Christ, this really sucks, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but you already had Christmas off, so you've used up your cards, Mr. Cratchit.
Oh, really? How much do I get paid for this again?
Yeah, it's in the triple digits.
Yeah, that's true. I'm 100 air. 100 air. What's that? I don't know.
It's enough. We have to report it to the IRS.
Yeah, hey, it's where's my 1099? I got to pay my taxes.
Yeah, that's right. That's too.
Actually, it's a new America. Fucking pay it.
It is a new America, and I think I'll have an MMA bunker, but sometime this week I might not. It depends whether the inspiration strikes. But Eugene will definitely have Knuckle Up after the fights on Sunday. And then we'll be back next time because we've got what's the next fight? There's a UFC on Fox, Shevchenko versus Pena. I cannot believe
I like
this
that.
is headlining a Fox card, but
Well,
it's also
hey,
got
whatever,
Cowboy
man.
Masvidal.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to do a live fucking knuckle up, right? Since
They're all live, Eugene.
well, actually, let me finish. I like to do a simulcast, if that makes sense.
During the
So,
fights.
so I'd like to have. Of course, I couldn't do. You would have to have the camera behind the TV so they don't try to get me for copyright infringement.
As
And
long as
then,
you don't give the results of the fights, you can comment on the fights.
really, is that the way it goes?
That's the way it goes, and you don't want the audio to bleed over. So
yeah, so I guess I would have to. I guess maybe if I had wireless headset, and then I could be shirtless and drunk in front of the screen, and the camera would be filming from the other side.
you paint a beautiful picture.
And you could see the audience, like the people in the room watching me, like trying to like look around my body and trying to like straining to hear over my screamed commentary. Yeah, because that's usually the way it is.
Are you expecting to know the people you watch it with, or are you just going to be knocking on doors until somebody
I
has
usually knock
Fox
on doors, but you know, I went to a burrito place on Saturday, right? And the game was on. The Raiders were playing. They were losing, and the bar was full of guys I know who had told their women, "I'm going to watch the game." And I look at and suddenly have a realization: not a single one of these guys is watching the game. I'm watching the game more than they're watching the game, waiting for my fucking burrito. So I go to the wife. I go, "These guys are not even watching the game." She goes, "Yeah, Eugene. Most people view these as occasions to socialize, not like you, who deathly silent is watching the fucking fights and not talking to anybody." I go, "I can't hear the commentary."
Because it's your job.
There you go. That was my eventual response.
That's right. That's right. It's your extra job. All right. So I believe that's all our plugs, and that's our show. So adios, MMA aficionados. Thanks, Eugene. We'll see you next time.
All right, man. Later.